right, thank you very much to my neighbor at the RV park for the coffee. That definitely hit the spot. Nice to meet you last night. Alright, good morning world. April 2nd, oh, get out of the shadow here. April 2nd, 2022, it's about 8:45 in the morning. I got the bike propped up on the folded up army cot, get a better sun angle. We're getting 2.2 amps of charge. That's pretty good for this early in the morning. So I pulled the batteries down pretty good last night getting into here. I was just trying to get out of town. It was almost like, what was that movie, Escape from New York? It's like, just get me out of Albuquerque, man. So I'm just, I think I'm within a mile of Highway 550. I was talking to a friendly neighbor here at the park, and he's like, oh yeah, 550 is going to be great. Apparently a lot of it's 4-lane now, so that'll be generally better because people can pass you easier without, feeling like they need to run you off the road, hopefully. So that should make things nice. Yeah, I'm basically packed up. I'm just going to let the battery charge a little bit more, but yeah, we're up to 39.3. I could definitely ride like that, and at the moment, no wind at all and not a cloud in the sky. It is just gorgeous today. So I've got about, I looked at the GPS. It shows you a hill profile. There's a bit of a climb at first, and then it levels out for about 20 miles, it looks like. So I don't need a full charge to get out of here, and we'll just set a good pace. And as the sun gets higher, we should just be flying. We're going to be going more or less north, so I won't be shadowing the panel at all. That's the good part. So yeah. Somehow I ended up with an extra Coke bottle of water, so that never hurts. I've got a few places I can stick them on the bike here, so. And the more I look, there is little gas stations and so on every so often, so even at my pace, I should hit something at least once a day so I can stop and, pick up snacks and drinks if I need to. So it's not like I'm going 200 miles through the wilderness with nothing, so there should be plenty of opportunities to grab a Gatorade if I need it, so we're good there. I'll let the bike decide how far it wants to go. I'm just along for the ride. And yeah, like the cup said, and so the adventure begins, right? Okay, it's 9 a.m. and we're rolling. Sitting still, I almost took my sweats off. But I figured first hour in the morning, it's going to be just a little bit breezy probably. Plus whatever I'm going. Not too fast right now, but anyway. Just about to the turn onto the highway for 550. Here we go. I set my goal for about Cuba for today. That's 60 miles. Depending on terrain, I think I can make that pretty easy. At the moment, it feels like I've got kind of a tailwind. And Farmington is up close to the Four Corners relatively. I was thinking that would be 4 days, but if I can make about Cuba today, that'll put me at 100 miles from Farmington, so that's 2 50-mile days. So I should be there end of third day. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, we're about halfway up this good hill, and what I'm learning on this trip is if something starts bugging you, go ahead and fix it. I realized I had left camp without brushing my teeth. Easy to get out of sequence if you're not like in your own bathroom and you see your toothbrush sitting there kind of thing. Anyway, so pull off, brush my teeth, eat another cookie, that kind of thing, right? But I just wanted to get a shot of this. It's like, yeah, it's desert. It's like where I live, but I don't have trees this big. You know, I got a couple kind of bigger trees, but it's just different enough that it looks kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, we're doing all right. That and, you know, a good guardrail to lean the bike on. Get a little bit of a charge. Not near as dirty as they have been, so that's a good sign. Yeah, 38.2. That'll be all right. We'll get going here. Anyway, just kind of a cool nature break by the side of the road, and, you know, eat your cookie, soak it up a little bit. Life is good. And at the top of the hill, you're rewarded with a nice view. That's pretty cool. And if you want to sit a spell, that's got to be officially sponsored. I mean, that's just wonderful. Sit there and just take a chill for a little while. I'm like, yeah, I've got to stop and get that picture. That's awesome. Apparently that's the New Mexico symbol, and it belongs to the Zia Indian tribe, or Native American tribe, or in First Nations, we'll say that. Cool. Oh yeah, and we're on reservation land now, so be good, okay? Quick little break, it's about 11 o'clock. I stopped because I saw something shiny on the side of the road. This is a common problem for me. I'm like, I just had to check it out. Sure enough, it's an old laptop. It's kind of beat up, and it has rained here recently, so it's probably no good. But I figure if I look at it tonight when I'm in camp, see if I can get it to start up or whatever, and maybe I can pull some parts off of it and throw the rest away, or, you know. It's worth trying anyway. It's a little Chromebook. It doesn't weigh hardly anything. It's kind of like the one I wanted to bring but didn't, so I can't imagine it's going to actually work. Anyway, just before I took off, I looked down, yeah, I got 2 broken spokes on the back wheel again, so I figure this is as good a spot as any to stop and fix it, so got a good sign to lean on. Okay, since I was stopped anyway, I figured I'd eat some lunch, so it's almost noon now. Probably 45 minutes for the 2 spokes this time. I was taking my time eating, so also because we got really good sun, I figured if I was going to stop, I might as well make it worthwhile, so I got a pretty good charge now, so now we can hit the road. I'll have to be careful. This is feeling like the Alaska trip. I come around the corner, oh, more pretty. I especially like the red tones in the hills. That's pretty cool. I think we're into the hill part of the drive now. Powered by clean burning alcohol. Anyway, yeah, it's just gorgeous. When I was looking for my property, I actually saw a few similar lots, parcels in New Mexico. And I remember driving through New Mexico on the motorcycle, and I thought, hey, that would be kind of cool. Nothing unusual, just overall awesomeness right here. Still climbing. It's pretty cool texture. Really see the layering there. And it's not all the same. You got a pretty gray layer and then a lot of red. So it's not really uniform here. Kind of neat. Wow, that's just gorgeous. Okay, note to self. Self, take a memo. Okay, so the situation is, okay, a couple things. This was kind of funny. You get used to going up a hill. So you're grinding up the hill and you hit the top and you're like, oh good, okay, I can coast a little bit. And the bike just grinds to a halt and you're like, oh, what's going on, you know? You start thinking, oh man, you got a flat tire or something's dragging or, you know, whatever. Oh no, you're actually still going up the hill. But your brain is in tilt mode from going up the steep hill, and so when you hit the top of the hill, you're actually still going uphill, but it looks like you're going downhill. That just messes with your head, man. It's like, I can't coast. Why can't I coast? It's like, no, you're actually going up the hill still. One time I actually stopped and checked all the tires to make sure. Nope, tires are good. Everything seems okay. And I happened to look back and I'm like, oh, yeah, it is still, I am still going uphill. What a mind job though. Okay, the other thing, what I'm realizing is I've got all my water bottles full, plus I had some extra. So I would have had 2 liters in the Camelback on my back. I filled up a couple Coke bottles, plus I've got 2 1-liter bottles, plus a 750 milliliter, those 3/4 of a liter. Okay. So that's like 1.5 gallons plus of water. Okay. Then, when I was at the Walmart yesterday, I got like 8 cans of food, chili and ravioli and stuff. You know, none of that is light. Plus I got another 18 Cliff Bars. Those are fairly heavy too. All right. So I'm pretty stocked up, and so when I hit the hill, it's like, oh man, battery is just taking a beating. I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I'm pulling 10 or 15 amps. I think the motor could do that for a while, but I don't want to, I don't want to blow it up. And there's only so many amp hours in the battery, so you can't sustain that. And with only one little solar panel, it takes me just too long to charge, and so then I'm not taking a long enough break to really get a good charge. And I'm going to be climbing for the next 10 miles, it looks like. So one of the things I'm looking at is I might scale back my day. If I'm going to be climbing that much, I can't expect to do 50 or 60 miles a day. Okay, with the load I have. So a couple things I'm looking at in the future, spend a little more time trip planning and get a better idea both what the terrain is and actually how far apart stores are. Because I realized last night I was looking a little closer on the GPS, and there is little towns 40 or 50 miles apart out here that I wasn't seeing at first. So half of them have a dollar store or a gas station or something. All right. So I don't need to carry as much. This is kind of the point. Now, if I happen to break down or something, yeah, it would be nice to have some supplies. But what I'm seeing is I've already changed 2 spokes today, and I think I got another one broken. So the added weight of all of the extra cans is affecting, my overall load. So I can't just keep loading more and more stuff on there. Okay, so just kind of a reminder for myself and anybody else that's thinking of doing something like this. You got to really just look at that as, okay, is it practical Another option is I could have gone a different route and had more towns closer together. Then I wouldn't have felt like I needed to bring so much stuff. So that's something to consider also. I think the next 2 weeks are going to be kind of like this, a little bit spread out, and then I'm going to get more, as I get towards California, it's going to be more and more towns. So then it's less and less of a problem. The other thing also is it's April now, so the closer to summer I get, the more and more solar I'll be generating. So it's all going to get better. So if I can scale back my load, and then another thought is, when it gets to the point that it's not 30 and 40 overnight, I've got a whole backpack of, sweats and stuff like that that I might not need. They're nice to wear in the morning, when it's kind of cool, but maybe, eventually it'll get to the point I won't need them. At which point, they're probably about worn out enough I can just throw them away and lighten the load there, and then when it starts getting cool, then go buy another pair of sweats, instead of carrying them all the time. And I've got some thermal underwear, long johns, that if I got snowed into a place, that would be really nice to have. So once we hit May, I won't need those anymore. Okay, I might send a box of stuff back to myself on the ranch, because there's some of that stuff I don't want to just get rid of. But, I could put, it'd be like, $17 worth of priority shipping to ship $15 worth of stuff. Maybe that's not worth the trouble. Anyway, I figured I was just going to stop, take a 30-minute break, let the batteries catch up a little bit. I'm getting, good charge still. It's about 2:45 now, so I got about 15 minutes left on my break. And if I stop early, I was going to try to push it till 5, and I thought, well, if I stopped at 4 and then get the bike in a really good position so that it gets a maximum charge, I should be able to completely top off the batteries and then readjust my goals based on, how much hills and how much solar I've got. Ooh, that breeze feels nice. Yeah, anyway. All of the stories of the settlers, they started off with their wagon trains and all their stuff they wanted to take with them. And as they got to the hills, they started leaving all their fine china on the side of the trail. I always thought, man, I wonder if anybody was, looking at that as an opportunity. You could start with an empty wagon and just pick up stuff as you went. And then, maybe sell it back to the people if you could find them again. I don't know. It seems kind of, it's kind of cruel in a way, but at the same time, that stuff was just sitting out there. It would have been interesting, in the years after, how much was just sitting there. You could go pick it up and, kind of a weird thought that just popped in your head. Anywho, okay, back to taking a break. It's pleasantly warm right now. It's very nice. Not too hot. Got my own tree. So I'm a little bit exposed, not too bad. I think I got enough tree cover that it'll block some of the sound. Oh yeah, no problem. From that way, they aren't going to see me till right about there, and then they probably aren't looking enough. Same thing from this way. There's only a little window here that you can see me. And once I, put away all the day glow vests, nearly invisible. Got it propped towards the sun for now. Let's see, how are we doing? Get out of the shadow. 39.3 and almost 2 amps of charge still. I could lay it down a little lower. So, okay. I do have at least one broken spoke again. It looks like for the first time I've broken one of the new spokes, which I didn't, I mean, they're not unbreakable, but I was surprised to see that one was broken. Yeah. So, strategy time. Tonight I will eat a good dinner and drink probably a liter of water, which would be good anyway. And I'll help water the bushes out here a little bit when I'm done to get the weight down. I mean, it's not like I've got a surplus, but I've got more than I need. And it does look like I shouldn't have any trouble stopping and picking up stuff along the way. So I do have, I'm overloaded and I have more than I need. So, yeah. Anyway. So I figure, okay, it's 4 o'clock now. I'll get the spoke done first. Albuquerque's where I left from. I got probably 40 miles today, but it was in some pretty good hills. So, and I was running probably faster than I should have on the levels, so I was burning through a lot of battery. But at the same time, then you're going further. So I'm just running until it looks like the battery is starting to drop off too low, and then I'll slow down or change settings. Or, you know, just take a break. Which, you know, I'm still at the point where taking a break feels pretty good, so I don't complain too much. All right. Anywho, so yeah, I think I did about 40 miles today, but from the get-go, coming out of camp, it was uphill. You know, there was a few downhills, but it's been a lot of climbing. So, which that's, you know, that's where we are. So, yeah, can't always do 80-mile days, I guess. But it feels pretty good, and it is just beautiful out here. It's pretty cool. Anyway, as always, thanks for the support. I think this will be the last clip for today. And there's links in the video description. I haven't really talked about that much. I know a lot of people don't even realize there is a video description. So somewhere, and it's a little different on every platform, but below the video there will be a spot for description. You'll see something about the first line is usually to join the channel for extra perks or something like that. And then the rest of it is you have to click on something and then it expands. The other below is the comments. A lot of you have found the comments, but I don't know if anybody's seeing the description. So if you're curious about how to kind of help support the mission or whatever, go down and look at the description. There's links to the website and so on. All right, as always, stay tuned for more, all right? Bye for now.